folks, what's going on? Welcome to Coach Gav Live, episode 71 with me, your host, Coach Gav from Kildare Strength and Fitness. So, yesterday evening, last night even, we spoke, or episode 70, depending on if you're watching this on YouTube. Anyways, so we spoke about keeping score, how Sunday is more often than not my day for kind of the kind of, you know, kind of we call it kind of the result and report, or the day we keep score. And it allows me to see how well the last week went, both in terms of what worked, what didn't work, and then, as we touched on yesterday, what I can do to make this week a little better than last week. And if I can make each week 5%, 1% even better than last week, then progressively throughout the course of the year, there is steady progress. No matter what, okay? Now, I want to talk to you about, obviously, the title above us here. Ken, what's going on, Special K? Practicing patient progress. So, failing forward, all right? I think that's something that is greatly missing in many people's pursuit of a goal, of getting better at something, okay? Where there is a lot of pressure, something I felt myself, to get really good really quickly and have all the answers straight away. Okay, KSF is the accumulation of ultimately the last 10 and a half years of my life, but in particular a very condensed effort over the last 4.5 years of so we first opened up in Talkers as Hybrid Strength and Fitness, and then we became affiliated with Training for Warriors in the US. So then we were Training for Warriors Hybrid. Then we changed the name to Training for Warriors Kildare. And then as time went on, we had a separation. I was no longer affiliated with the Training for Warriors network, and then we went back out on our own as, you know, Kildare Strength and Fitness. Okay, so the name, the brand Kildare Strength and Fitness is only just over a year old. Okay, we made a change in January of last year. Now, going back before we even had a physical gym, okay, we had Gavin Coyne Fitness when I was up in the ISI, and then we had GC Fitness going way back to the very start of my first PT business. The point I'm getting at here is not that I change names very frequently, it is that there is forward failing, okay? Each of those times, I made a load of mistakes. Admin mistakes, marketing mistakes, financial management mistakes with programming, too hard, too easy, too inconsistent, all these different variations then as well. And it can be frustrating, okay? To have failure. No one likes to fail. But if we reframe it and if we kind of flip the story a little bit and we see it for what it is, then it allows us to have that progression. So let's say you're lifting a weight and you're not able to complete the work you've done. Initially, you'd be like, oh, fuck, I didn't get to do it. But in reality, you can go, okay, I now know that weight is a little bit beyond what I'm capable of doing for that amount of work. So I need to either come down in the weight or come down in the work that I'm trying to do until I'm able to do that. We went from quite a small gym in Talkers to quite a big gym in the industrial estate, and beautiful facility, and it could have been somewhere awesome. And then it was probably too big too soon in terms of overheads and all that kind of stuff that went with it, all right? And sure, I can, and like I said, so since opening my own gym, my own studios, I have just kind of like, there's been a whole lot of stuff that have gone wrong, and it'd be so easy to sit here and to whinge and moan and mope and to relive the story of how bad all those things were. Or I can take the lesson from it, learn from it, and make this a success and move on. So then it's not actually a bad thing. If you're able to take away a lesson from it, if you're able to take away kind of a realization that, okay, if I'm trying to lose weight or I'm trying to get in shape or I'm trying to improve my health, I can no longer live my lifestyle the way it is. I can't keep not getting to bed and having decent night's sleep. I can't keep allowing the stresses and worries of other people's bullshit take up my mental space and my energy. And you might be sitting there going, oh, easy for you to say, Gav, you kind of have your shit together. I don't. I have it more together than I used to do, but there's still times where I haven't a fucking clue what I'm doing. But I know that I have the structure, the framework to get me going forward, okay? And I also have an openness to, and a willingness, I suppose, to finding the lesson in each situation as well. I started playing American football last year. Don't laugh. Started playing American football last year. So this will be my first full season as well. And you know, even with having followed the sport for so long, picking up the new sport was quite tricky, getting used to kind of the technical and the skill requirements of it. And it's still a huge learning curve. We had training yesterday, and Beej is one of the guys on defense. Obviously, it's not his actual name, but that's what we call him. And I reckon I'm a questions kind of guy. If I want to get better at something, I'm going to go, okay, well, what did I do wrong here? What can I do better here? And that's how I know for Wednesday's training and for next Sunday's training and for when we've games, what I can do better. And yeah, it sucks kind of giving up missing tackles or giving up yards and that kind of stuff. But again, okay, learn from it and move on. You know, don't make that step, make this step, or don't bite just too quickly, things like that then as well. So, but it's being patient. You know, as much as I want to be, like, we have a friendly in 2 weeks' time, so as much as I want to be ready to go and really good right then and there, I know there's only a set amount of progress I can make between now and 2 weeks' time. Our first game is in 6 weeks' time at the end of March. It's a away game. Don't come and visit, but do come and check us out for our home games, okay? So we've 8 games this season, and if I can get better and better and better throughout the season, you know, improving game by game by game, then I'll be happy enough with it then as well. So rather than having the pressure of I had to have all of my shit together for the friendly or for the first game, you know, I allow myself longer to do it. And where this will relate to you is your goals for, you know, 2018, okay? That's why we take 2018 goals into 4 90-day blocks. And then those 90-day blocks, we break them off into 30-day segments. And those 30-day segments, we stretch them out. So we have a weekly plan. And then you take those weekly plans, guess what? You stretch them out again. And you've something small to do every single day. 7 days a week. Yeah, 7 days a week. It's a lifestyle here, guys. It's not a novelty, okay? Much like a puppy. A puppy's not just for Christmas. It's for life, okay? So the work needs to be done every day. Not when you feel like it. Not when it suits. Not when it's convenient, okay? When you're committed to it, all right? And progressing forward. And let's look at it this way. Let's say you try, genuinely try. That is a light going on and off. All throughout January, all throughout February, all throughout March, you're kind of having this fluctuation up and down, good days, bad days, good days, bad days, kind of works, doesn't work, kind of works, doesn't work. But no matter if it does or doesn't work, you're still consistently putting in the effort. You're consistently reframing situations. You're consistently playing the game of 21, okay? You take 3 months of this year, invest it into getting your habits on track. I'm not going to say nailed down because it's a constant evolution, okay? But you're getting better to it. You still got 9 months then to really fucking kick ass. And the beauty of this is, even when you're spending those 3 months getting used to a new system, getting used to a new routine, you're still going to get results. You're still going to see progress. But having that that secret weapon of being patient, that will open up so many doors for you. I've seen it, I preach it, I teach it, I live it. Okay? Because there's very few situations that can be turned around with one foul swoop. Okay? We spoke about this a good few times over the last few videos over the last week. We spoke about, when was it? It was the episode we spoke about the Super Bowl, the scoreline. I think it was the latter part, I think it was Thursday or Friday's one, where the deficit was 25 points. They weren't going to clear that deficit in one go. They had to consistently just chip away at it. And it's not, the approach we're talking about might not be sexy. It might not be flashy. It might not be fatty enough for you. You know, it might not be all over Instagram or fucking YouTube. Well, of course it's all over YouTube because I'm preaching about it. But again, that's where so many people are going wrong. That's where I had gone wrong. Just not being patient enough. And I hope you start to see, guys and girls, that this is a jigsaw here. Okay? And it's a jigsaw of progress, of growth, of evolution, of being open to change. We can't want to hold on to how we're doing things if we want the result in the future to change. Okay, so that's pretty much it. Now, I've something coming up for the Leaving Cert. We have a couple of the girls and the guys here doing their Leaving Cert this year. And it's been a couple of years since I've done my Leaving Cert, admittedly. However, looking at it from a different perspective now, I can see where there's a lot of issues. So we're going to throw together something for Leaving Cert students, okay? Allowing them to physically, mentally be in good condition going to the exams. Having spoken to a couple of the mums and dads we have training here that their sons and daughters are doing exams, and again, like the few that we train here then as well, you know, it's worrying to see the stress that they're under, you know, mental stress. I mean, like, it's, yes, the Leaving Cert is important. Give it a good effort, okay? But it shouldn't be, I'm going to get in trouble for this. It's not as important as the school makes it out to be, okay? Now, that's nothing new. That's been my stance even since I sat, okay? But it is important that you give it a good shot. I'm going to knock it off here because I want to come back to that one maybe later on or tomorrow. But what we're going to do is we're going to go throw together a program, because, like, at the end of the school year, there's DEBs coming up, there's graduations coming up, there's lots of social events coming up then as well. And, you know, you can see students where they're kind of taking, their focus is on all the social side of things, of being ready for that, looking as good as they can, feeling as good as they can, kind of making a good impression, okay? Which is, oh, hey, that's important stuff. That is important stuff, don't get me wrong, okay? But then from a parenting point of view, I can see where the worry and the concern is of the, oh my God, you know, they look so sick, or all of a sudden they're feeling really ill. We're worried about how stressed they are, how under pressure they may be. So there has to be that middle ground, that coming together of having them be healthy, and also having them perform better in school, and helping them understand how to because look, it's mid-February, guys. Mid-February, all of March, all of April, all of May, and most of June realistically. 4.5, 5 months is loads of time if you use it correctly. And that's the secret. Studying smarter, not necessarily harder. Smarter is the key here now, okay? But like I said, come back tomorrow. We're going to talk about that then as well. I'm going to fill out the idea tonight, and we're going to kind of put it out there. So if you're a parent watching this and you are concerned about kind of how healthy your son or daughter is going into the exam season, you see them kind of worrying an awful lot, maybe this is something that could be of use to them. If you are a student, that you are in 6th year, and you do feel a lot of that pressure, that stress, that anxiety, that depression, that worry, if you find kind of your weight is kind of going all over the shop, or more importantly, you find that your health is gone into the gutter, then keep an eye out for that. Get in touch, and we'll see you later. Take it easy. God bless. See you soon.